Great opening night. It's louder than normal. Is that necessary? Can you guys hear me without the mic? I think you can. Yeah, a really good night, 5-1 win. Wasn't real clean. Could have been some things we could have done a lot better. But again, opening night, tremendous crowd. Want to thank everybody that came out tonight and made it such a great environment. I heard the traffic was like a football game trying to get into Founders tonight. So that's great to hear. Great to see it. I'm glad our guys gave the crowd a win.
Questions? Start with Dave.
Mark Veach comes in the seventh. Was that a plan since he's normally the closer, or are you guys maybe looking at different roles this year?
Yeah, there's different ways to look at a guy like that. Do you look at him as a closer or as a stopper? And in a close game like that with the bases loaded and nobody out, you needed Chris Veach. You needed a guy that could get some strikeouts, and that's exactly what he did. So you've got to be flexible. You've got to be open enough to know that there's certain times that maybe the game can be won in the 6th or 7th rather than the 9th. So tonight was one of those nights.
Stick with the pitching. It looked like Eli pitched about where he left off last year. What was your overall assessment of his performance? And I'm assuming he's on a pitch count today of 80.
Yeah, you saw exactly why we threw him out there tonight. Good stuff, very mature, no walks, gave up 1 earned run. It's exactly what we were hoping to get out of him. 6 innings on opening day, 80 pitches. That's everything you could have asked for, and it's really nice to see him set the tone like that for the pitching staff.
I guess off that, when you have a pitcher that efficient, how much comfort does that give you in the dugout?
Well, that's what you want. I mean, it allows everybody to relax when you have a pitcher that is pounding the strike zone, letting your defense work, and not creating a lot of traffic out there on the bases. So that's what you want. We want to minimize our walks. That's always the case, and to have a starter go out there on a Friday night and not walk a guy, that gives us a lot of comfort.
Yeah.
What did you see out of your team offensively today?
Yeah, they kept us off balance. Obviously, early on, it looked like it was going to be a typical Gamecock night where we had the 5 runs in the 2nd inning, and then they kept us off balance the rest of the night. They went left-handed. They threw – it was about 50% strikes, so they were effectively wild, and they threw a lot of off-speed pitches, and we need to do a good job of adjusting to that, and we will. But I thought their pitchers did a nice job keeping us off balance.
You seem to pull the plug on a few guys early when they got into jams, with the Copper and then Williamson. What kind of went into the thought-making process of, okay, this is when this guy needs to come out, or what's kind of your decision-making with that?
Well, there's certain guys, obviously, that who your main guys are that you're going to go to when it gets tight. When you have a 4-run lead, you're going to try to use some other guys so that you don't use your best guys until it gets tight. And so we tried to do that. We tried to sneak. Eddie Copper's been one of our best pitchers through the entire preseason, and he just went out there tonight and looked a little nervous, which is completely normal for a freshman pitching in an SEC environment for the first time. So we'll go back out to him, very quickly at some point. But we wanted to get his feet wet with that lead. But when it got in trouble, you're one pitch away from it being a very close ball game. So you have to go to your guys when you need to go to your guys.
Going back, Chase.
When you have an explosive 2nd inning like that, you said they kind of kept you off balance, but when you're struggling to put hits together throughout the other innings of the ball game, is that just like early season jitters? What would you exactly attribute that to?
I don't know. I mean, we walked 7 times. Again, they were effectively wild, and that's a real thing in baseball. We had 7 walks and 7 strikeouts, so our walk to strikeout ratio was good. Sometimes you just, we had I think 2 bases loaded situations where we just didn't break through. We'll break through in those situations more time than not. We had the bases loaded with the middle of our lineup up. That'll go our way more times than not.
Stand back, Chad.
I think on Thursday you said when good things happen, Tommy's going to be looking down. I'm sure he had to be smiling in that bottom of the 2nd when you guys opened up or put on 5 runs to the board. What did you make of the pregame ceremony, and what did it mean to honor him like that?
Yeah, it was really a big deal to have his family here today. We honored him in the press box. I've said this many times over the last week, Tommy is very, very important to this program, to this community, to Gamecock baseball. So we're going to continue to honor him. We know he never missed a pitch in the past, and now we really know he's not going to miss a pitch, and he's got a great seat to watch Gamecock baseball. All right. Thank you.